Today, we spread our wings and soar across the lands of Prythian. Along the way, we may encounter magical beasts, high fae, and, if we're lucky, we might just catch the eye of a sexy lord. Welcome to the world of A Court of Thorn and Roses. This episode contains spoilers for the series A Court of Thorns and Roses. Enjoy.
So, it's a couple of weeks ago now, looking back at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a bit of a week and a half.
Okay.
A long week, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Where nothing, like, incredibly bad happened,
Mm-hmm.
but everything, like, medium to minor that could go wrong, went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It all started when I got hit by a car.
Uh-huh. Medium to minor.
Yeah.
Well, he's fine.
I have no
I got
injuries.
better.
No injuries. Very minor, very low speed hit.
Uh-huh.
Injured my motorcycle. New law. I don't know if I mentioned my motorcycle before. Damaged motorcycle. I had to get that towed, but it got pretty fixed up, rideable for the week. That weekend, and now I'm just battling with insurance. This has been a few weeks now, but my point is, it started with that. My next dilemma happened with the old parking. The old parking inspectors. I was riding home from work and I heard the bike had a bit of a weird sound in it. I was just feeling like a little bit off, and I was like, okay, well, I just had a crash, so let's assess it. So I assessed it, had a look, nothing seemed wrong. I just pulled over pretty much immediately because I'm like, I just needed to pull over.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really realize I was in a Clearway, exactly. Yeah. Especially it was one of those clearways that has different times as well. Yeah. And it was because I was coming home from work, it was rush hour, so it was like that kind of time. And I was like, well, it seems good. It seems okay. I can't really see anything wrong with it. So I'm like, okay. And it sounds dumb, but I'd passed a pizza. I was next to a pizza place that I'd been meaning to check out with my flatmate. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm right here.
Okay.
I will run in and grab the pamphlet.
Uh-huh.
And I grabbed it and I came out and literally had not been there a minute. Maybe 2 minutes, right? The guy is parked blocking the entire space. Has is like pretty dangerously parked, in my opinion. That's an opinion on it. Did he make the situation more dangerous? Also held me up. I literally was moving my bike, and he said, "No, wait."
Do you mean the ticket?
Yes.
Okay, you just said the guy.
The
ticket guy.
No,
the guy.
The ticket master.
The man.
Uh-huh.
And so that happened, and that was not very nice. That was a $200. It's interesting ticket. So that happened. The next day, I was rushing home from work because I had a therapy appointment, and I have to take my glass off when I put on my motorbike helmet. And I put them off. I leave them on bounce them on the motorbike.
For God's sake.
And usually they're fine. They can just sit them nicely. This time they fell off. I was rushing. And the lens came out. One of the screws came loose, lens came out, and just, I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll go pick it up. It happens sometimes with glass, especially because recently the screw in these ones aren't perfect. And I was looking for the lens. I'm like, it's hard to look for a lens, when you don't have your glasses.
You were Velmering.
I was Velmering. I had one lens, to be fair, but I was trying to.
You were doing a half Velma.
It's still hard to see. So I was looking at it, and I'm like, fuck. I look for like 5-10 minutes. I'm already late at this point, and I can't find them anywhere. And I'm like, okay, I'm on these boards at where I park my motorbike, and there is like a couple of them have a slight crack in them. I'm like, no fucking way. I have to assume, I couldn't find it. I have to assume they might manage to fell down one of these tiny cracks.
Yep.
That's unlucky.
To be fair, it might have gone to the Finders Keepers universe.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, you're right. It just, when things just disappear. Yeah, you're right.
Have you read those books?
I've heard of them.
They're really fucking good. I need to do a lore episode on them at some point.
Okay.
That's a mini-sode. I'll do that today.
Yeah. Mini-sode on the Patreon. But, shout out. But yeah, so that happened. What else small happened that week? There was a couple others. I can't remember exactly, but that was basically the gist of it. And it was just a week and a half. I had to ride home with one lens. I went pretty slow that day. I was riding home because it was like not very safe. in
Yeah.
general.
Matt's no good, awful, very bad week.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a luck week. I can't remember anything else. I think there's a couple other things, but like it was just small, minor things. Other than that,
Yeah.
and it was just a long week, and apparently, really bad luck getting hit by a car. So don't do that. All right, how are you guys going?
Great.
Better than that.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I got sick a little bit last week. I worked 3 days because I had a day in lieu, and I was fine. But also, didn't really get anything done at home or at work. Well, I got some stuff done, but not as much as you want to feel productive.
Yeah.
But otherwise, chilling. Went out. I sat my things on my desk at 4:30 on Friday after I'd done a loop of a bunch of different places to do some repairs and things. And my boss said, "Leave your things. We're going to the bar." I went, "Cool, thanks."
Respect.
It was really good. And then Jude appeared, and I was like, "This is your fault, you dastardly man."
What? I didn't do that.
Yeah, evil man.
Nuh-uh.
He kidnaps people often. Takes them to bars.
And then no one believed me when I said I'm really bad at pool. And then we played, and I'm really bad at pool.
I can believe that.
It's canon.
You just need more practice. We just need to go out to the bar more. We got
That is
bored
how-
our wives.
That is how things happen. Usually, if you practice them more, you get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Funnily enough, you don't need to tell the musician that. It's pretty crazy, I know.
that's crazy.
I know, it's shocking. But speaking of unfortunate event and bad luck,
The series of unfortunate events, my favorite series.
Lemony Snicket.
the person that this episode is on today has a really unlucky week. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Is the whole book set every? I love when a book set every week and so many fucking shit happens.
Is it Horus?
It's not over a week specifically, but she definitely has a really unfortunate week at the start of the book.
I always make callbacks to Dimension 20, but also it is very funny in the most recent campaign. They're like, we've had like a very eventful 3 days by episode 14.
So I'm going to give this first quote, because there's a couple quotes here, we'll start with Guy.
Yay.
My bad luck continues.
Yep.
Terrible.
Okay, this is 31, 45. Good take of intro.
I fucking hate you so much. In the chat now.
Uh-huh.
It's a good quote.
This is a dramatic, but maybe a little bit seductive.
Ooh.
Okay.
People have been complaining about my seductive voice. They say it's too powerful.
Nice. And the name that you're looking to pronounce is Feyre.
Feyre. That wasn't how I was going to go for it, so thanks for correcting
I got you.
Feyre. When 19-year-old... Wait, no, not sexy enough. Hold up.
Sexy man.
Sexy man? Sexy man?
Sexy man.
Oh, I apologize. When 19-year-old huntress Feyre kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature a man derives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows only from legends, Feyre discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal, immortal fairies who once ruled her world. Is this the plastic crow I've been hearing about, or
is that the back of the... There's a blurb. Is that the blurb of the book?
Not quite.
I'm out here blurbing my shit.
Is this
we are jumping to Matt to continue.
Is this... What is it called? Beauty and the Beast?
Jumping to Matt to continue.
He's trying to keep us on time. How dare he?
At least he's not a beast all the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy, Tamlin, transforms from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's ever been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But somehow, it's not right in the fairy lands. An ancient, wicked shadow is growing, and Feyre must find a way to stop it, or doom Tamlin and his world forever.
That's right, guys. Today we're launching into the world of magic, raunch, and drama. It's time for ACOTAR.
Oh my fucking god.
A Court of Thorns and Roses. The sexiest book of all time.
Oh my god.
I didn't think it was that bad. And then Izzy put a book in front of me, said, "Hey, read this page." And my jaw was just...
Now, sorry, clarification. Is it Call of Duty timeline bad, or is it 50 Shades of Grey bad?
It's so porn.
Great.
It's 50 Shades of Grey
amazing.
It's just porn.
No. That's not 50 Shades of Grey bad. The problem with 50 Shades of Grey was that it sometimes wasn't porn. And the author really thought it was.
Look, I think the problem is with this series. Now, I will credit Izzy with a lot of the help for getting parts of this script together, because she's read this whole series. Yes. Yeah, finding the porn scenes. She knows them all very well. But
so does my flatmate.
That's my fiance, guys. She knows the porn scenes really well. And in getting me through the series, she was like, look, you have to remember, this series, as a story goes, it's a really good story with a lot of sex in it. The world ain't that deep, but it's deep enough. And the best way to think about it is that it's junk food book.
Delicious.
Yeah. It's like watching a Vampire Diaries.
Exactly. It is the exact same as that. And it is, by all accounts, and from what bits I've read through making this script and researching into it, it's good junk food. It is good junk food, you know? Quality. This is getting that Subway meatball sub that hits just fucking right, and you're like, I feel so naughty, but this is good.
It's a good pizza.
You know?
This is the local place you go to because it's got that special, well-made fast food.
Exactly.
It's still fast food, but it's good.
Exactly. It's the good pizza joint that's not quite a proper restaurant, you know?
When you started that sentence before with magic, I thought you were about to say Magic the Gathering.
Nice.
I was not ready for that.
That would be hilarious. So to bring you up to speed, A Court of Thorns and Roses is a fantasy romance series by American author Sarah J. Maas, also the author of the series A Throne of Glass, which we'll probably talk about one day. I think it's on the set somewhere. Or maybe. One? Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Which follows the journey of a 19-year-old Feyre Archeron, a human mortal that is brought into the fairy lands of Prythian. The first book of the series, the self-titled Court of Thorns and Roses, was released in May 2015. It's been going for about 10 years. And I think there's another 2 books to come, maybe one more book. I get confused. I don't know if they're completely settled yet, but there's a bunch of books. It's interesting. Anyway, this series...
I'm just imagining someone with George R. R. Martin style intensity of just like, I don't know when the books are going to be done. Stop talking to me about it. I'm going to talk about these fairies fucking...
In the time that George has released zero...
He's working hard to
zero
please
Song
you.
of Ice and Fire
we
books.
Can't talk about George.
She's released, I think there's 7 books currently released.
It's
pretty good.
It's pretty good. Hey.
To be honest, it's been 15 years.
Yep.
So...
He really needs to.
Working hard to please you.
That's true.
The funniest thing is that I'm pretty sure that it's been about 15 years since that Justin Bieber meme came out as well.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Working hard so I can please you.
Yeah.
So ACOTAR, which is what I'm going to continue to refer to it as, because saying A Court of Thorns and Roses is going to be a mouthful, and
sense.
I don't have time for a mouthful.
Oh, it's a shortening.
We got porn to talk about.
That makes sense.
ACOTAR.
ACOTAR
is a series that takes place in a fictional world with very obvious hints at our own world, particularly taking inspiration from Celtic and Briton folklore. That is Briton, as in the Britons, the original inhabitants of the Isles of Britain, not Britain, as in Great Britain. Subtle difference, but it's important.
It's important. He went to England to research this, by the way.
I did, yeah. That was the whole reason of my trip. To connect with my ancestors. Yeah. And the main landmass that we focus on is Prythian. I'm going to get you guys to... Just for now, search that into Google, just to have a quick look at the map for me. And, we're not going to discuss it too much just yet, but you kind of pick up what I'm putting down pretty quickly.
That's Westeros. No, it's New Zealand.
What?
Or is it Japan?
England. What are you talking about? It's the British Isles, dude.
No, it's a fantasy land. It's based off New Zealand.
Prythian. It's in the chat.
Oh, I have never looked at the chat. That's cool. Yeah, it's Westeros because it's the British Isles.
Exactly.
Ireland still looks great.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love Ireland.
We'll get to them. So Prythian is composed of 7 separately ruled lands called the courts, consisting of 4 seasonal courts, summer, autumn, winter, and spring courts, and 3 solar courts, the night, the day, and the dawn courts. It also borders the mortal lands to the south, which is, in essence, kind of where Sussex and Wessex would be, England-wise, so the very, southern tip, down the south.
Essex, yeah.
and that's the mortal lands, and there is a separation between them and the fairy courts, this magical, mystical wall, which supposedly doesn't let anyone travel through it.
So
and it's meant to separate the fairies.
So is this
and
the
mortals.
entire world?
Not quite.
Is there a separate human world?
There is a continent to
Another.
the east with mortals living on it.
Essos.
I'm not saying it's Europe, but it's Europe.
It's
Nice.
Europe.
Yes.
And the mortals see the wall, or is it just...
The mortals, it's just kind of a like mystical, translucent thing. So they don't really like.
They moved Hathian's wall real far down.
I know, right? It's crazy.
It is just like, I think this is like Scotland and Ireland, and then this is England.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So it's let me just quickly catch up on where I'm at. And then the solar courts being night, dawn, and day. We'll get into them a little bit more. You've got the mortal lands to the south, and then to the east, you have the Kingdom of Highburn. Highburn is very militaristic and very scary, and really loves slavery, but we'll get to that. The name Prythian is a corruption of the ancient name for Britain, which was Brython or Briton, perhaps a nod to a certain island that it shares a silhouette with. I don't know, maybe.
Pretty far off.
It's just a P and a B. You take the P and take it to a B.
Oh, is
Brython.
it? Prythian.
Brython. Yeah.
Why the fuck they got to rename it so many times, man?
Because a lot of people conquered it.
Pick a name and
Go
stick
to our
to it.
Merlin episode and you can hear my quick rant about the history of the British Isles.
It's true.
It's true. I managed to get it in there.
Amazing.
And likewise, Highburn is a corruption of Hibernia, the ancient name for Ireland, supposedly. Geographically, Highburn is just a small island off the coast of Prythian, and just it's basically island. You get the idea. Prythian was also very similar to the Welsh word for Britain, Prythian. Prydain, sorry. So you can see how it's kind of steeped in a lot of that stuff. So the seasonal courts. The geography of the seasonal courts begins with the spring court in the south, which is just above the mortal lands, and they kind of are the dividing range. And then you have the autumn courts and the summer to the west, autumn to the east, and then the fourth and final seasonal court is the winter court, which is up the north of the seasonals before you get to the solars. And then once you get north, you get into the Dawn Court, which shares a border with the Winter Court, and has a palace in the clouds. And then you go a bit further north, and you get to the Dawn Court. The Day Court, rather. There's too many courts here. And then you go to the furthest tip of the land, and you get to the Night Court, the largest and most feared of all the courts.
Night Court?
I mean, the court's in the name of the book, so I hope there's courts. I've got to find the roses.
The Night Court is where the Shadow Daddies live.
Don't say it. What do you? It's the hot elves. Is that what you're talking about?
So next episode.
Can I say something? Why does it look like the map literally looks like it was cut up by Britain colonializing it? Because it's literally straight lines.
Yeah,
it looks like Britain colonized the Fairylands and cut up the borders.
Look, so next episode, we're going to really dive into the different courts and parts of the world. For now, we're going to focus on the history and the fairies, because the series is about fairies. But also the courts have got a lot to talk about, so we'll get to that.
The courts and the roses.
Now, important thing that I feel the need to throw out here now. You have to bear in mind that this romance fantasy thing that's really exploded in like the last 2 to 3 years through Book Talk has really given rise to a certain like horny appreciation for series like this. And a lot of the characters that we'll get into a little bit more next time, but also kind of in this episode, you can just see how they're just unnecessarily hot, but also like evil.
Yeah. What's the problem?
Yeah.
It's not a problem. You'll just see it.
It's just everyone's hot.
You can appreciate it.
Everyone's
I'll
hot.
see and appreciate
and
it.
then people are good and bad, right?
Book
all
Talk
evil.
has, of course, given us my favourite term ever to describe a character in a book, being Shadow Daddy.
Nice.
It's hot and evil.
Hot and evil, but also like not really evil, kind of anti-hero, but like I can chix him.
I can fix him. I can fix him. He might have killed 1,000 people, but it's like the Damon thing in fucking Vampire Diaries. He literally kills people like every episode, but she's like, oh, but he loves me so much.
But he's so
hot.
Yep.
He fucks.
He fucks.
So, Guy, we're going to jump back to you for a quote. This one is a young female discovering fairies.
Do you think this inspired Fourth Wing, or was it that came before
I think Fourth Wing came after.
Okay.
Excellent. I mean, everybody's coming at some point.
I always come after.
I never heard the specifics of what the lands of fairies or high fae were like. Never heard much about anything. I'm falling over my own words. I'm sorry. I'm just such a churlish young girl. About anything other than their deadly abilities and appetites.
So
that was good. I did that for 4 years at these guys.
So fairies or fae, it's interchangeable in this setting.
Good.
Are immortal magical beings highly feared by mortals. They come in many different varieties, from the classic high elf-like creatures to much wilder and more bestial-like monsters and creatures. It's really a capsule term. You may have noticed that I mentioned that the fairies and the mortals live in different places.
I mean, they're
the
like
south,
neighbours.
they have the land, the wall separating them. Humans south of the wall, fairies north of the wall. But why is that?
Because they're
Anyone
racist?
have a guess?
Because long...
Yes.
Yay! Racism wins!
Racism wins. I'm guessing there was a war a long time ago, and then someone put a magic bell to stop the war.
So, many, many years ago, before the events of Court and Thorn and Roses, humans lived in the realms of Fae as their slaves.
Fuck me.
And we were all enslaved by the fairies. There was no free mortals, there was no mortal lands, it was just the fairies, and we were their bitches.
Delightful.
But then, mortals fought back. There was a great war in which humans, with the aid of some of the fairy courts, such as the Night Court, who were sympathetic to the mortal side, carved out their freedom.
The Night Court was sympathetic to us?
Yeah.
Why are all their markings on the map super evil?
Because they're the shadow daddies.
They're so mean.
They're misunderstood. We can fix them.
They're edgy, like anti whatever's like the go. They're anti it. They're like, I don't care about the rules. So they're like, if slavery's the shit, they're like, fuck slavery.
I don't know if I'm falling for propaganda, but also they need to get better branding because they do have what I can see here as the Court of Nightmares, which not a great look. I know they're misunderstood, but still being like Court of Nightmares.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Nightmare.
After the war, the
Terrible
humans managed to free themselves, and the fairies are forced to sign a treaty that prevents them from enslaving humans again, and the need to create this magical wall that divides the kingdoms of the Fae from the realms of mortals. Alongside this deal, a sacred artifact of the Fae, the Book of Breathings, was taken and split in half, with the mortal queens, the emergent rulers of the now free humans, given one half of the book, and the summer courts of the Fae taken the other half of the book. The summer court was another one of those courts that fought alongside the humans.
Okay. So it wasn't just the night daddies.
No, there was a bit of a... It was honestly, kind of one of those... It's a little bit like the American Revolution in France. Like, it's honestly more a war between the Fae and the humans just happen to be kind of involved and benefit from it in the same way it was basically just the French and the British fighting.
I was going to ask how the non-magical group managed to beat the magical group so bad that they that managed to stop being slaves and got a war built. Like, that's a bad loss.
The Fae went, we shouldn't have these people as slaves anymore.
Yeah, but the humans rose up. You got to bear in mind we start this book from the perspective of the mortals because we're looking at a young human.
Yeah, and as mortals, we know we're the best.
I have to say, from what little I've read about her, she is like the girl bossiest girl boss. It's so funny. Like, just the start of the book is just like... She's a 19-year-old independent girl who looks after her failed father and 3 sisters who are living in poverty, and her hunting skills are the only thing that keep them alive. It's like, love
Katniss?
I'm glad I put Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like Divergence.
Katniss Everdeen.
I've read this before.
Katniss Everdeen lives deep in my psyche. There's a reason for it. It's because if I don't brush my teeth before bed, I cannot go to sleep because there's a scene in Hunger Games where they talk about eating mint before bed.
Yeah.
And that ingrained into my brain, and now I have to brush my teeth every single night, which you should do because it's good for hygiene.
Yeah.
But also, if there's ever a situation I don't have my toothbrush or toothpaste, I'm fucked.
Yep. Since then, understandably perhaps, humans have hated fairies, and their hatred has been transmitted from generation to generation. It's generational racism,
Generational racism, generational hate, generational trauma.
So much so that they treat the fairies...
It doesn't help there's a wall. You can't even talk to them.
Yeah. They treat what they believe to be rules of the fairies as sacred tenets of society. And those rules are the only material that prevents Fae from healing is ashwood. Fairies hate iron, and iron charms keep fairies away. Fairies cannot lie. fairies can't cross the wall, and fairies like silver. However, of all of these legends, only the first one is true. Fairies definitely cross the wall. Fairies definitely cross the wall. Silver isn't too relevant, and our main character soon discovers iron does not bother them at all, and they can, in fact, lie as much as they want.
Fairy propaganda is ruined.
In fact, they have very deliberately circulated the rumor that they can't lie so that humans would think everything they say is true.
Truly.
As I have said here in the script, goated move.
Truly a goated move to spread propaganda not about how strong you are, but actually how weak you are so you can nuke them.
Dude,
so
it makes your enemy underestimate you. How long has it been? How long since the start of the book to the slavery?
So 500 years ago was when the war happened.
Good. Okay, cool.
And then a few hundred years happened. 500 years happened.
Yeah,
well, 400 years happened, and then 100 years before the book, something else happens, which we're going to get to soon.
Could I also ask, are fairies immortal? Can they?
Yes, they are.
All of them, or some of them?
They are functionally immortal.
Great. Other question: do we get the first half of the book or the second half of the book?
I actually don't know.
Because it'd be really disappointing to just read the first half of the book and get rid of it.
Well, it's not. It's not actually like a book you read. It's like a
book.
magical artifact.
We'll
get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. Don't worry about it. It's all part of the cauldron.
But he hasn't read
the cauldron.
He hasn't read the Book of Breathing, so he doesn't know how to hold his breath.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Pause. What the fuck is the cauldron?
You'll get there. So next up we have Trouble in Fairy Town, as I've called it.
Yes.
Now, not only do we have humans who hate the Fae, and Fae that hate humans, but also some Fae that hate other Fae. What's going on? In the years leading up to the start of the book series, so in the 100 years before, Hybern, the island kingdom, tries to take drastic action to eventually conquer the mortals and put them back in chains again, because they liked the slavery.
Yeah. Okay.
Piece of shit.
All to the fault of a Fae named Amarantha. She is a big villain in the first couple of books and like the start of the series. She is someone so brutal that she killed her slaves rather than set them free when the treaty was signed.
It's fucking insane.
I guess the treaty didn't forbid killing
Nothing
slaves.
in the rules says I can't kill them.
It just said, I guess the treaty just said Fae cannot own slaves. To
Release
which
your
everyone
slaves.
else went, okay, here you go. And then she went, I released them from life.
From this
I'm sure she got like in trouble, but because they're kind of like powerful fairies, what are they going to do? What are they going to do to you?
Yes, pretty much. She has a reputation, to say the least. However, 100 years before ACOTAR, Amarantha returned to the mainland of Prythia as an emissary from Hybern and the king that rules there. You see, Hybern is very different. Hybern has one king that rules the island. Prythian is 7 courts, each with a High Lord that rules over them. We'll get more into the High Lords next time, but that's just the difference. So they kind of see themselves as 7 equal lords, but no one king to rule over them, and they have this peace between them because of that. Hybern, they see themselves as a high king, and there's parts of Hybern that believe they should control Prythian.
So true. Ireland should control the British Isles, so based.
I don't know about these Irish.
Do these fairies know about car bombs?
I was going to say, this. If anything, this is the IRA. This is an island.
No, you don't want my opinions on the IRA. You're not ready for that. You're not ready for that.
I'm not. Amarantha was sent over to the courts of Prythian, and tasked with charming the High Lords, and she talked with them of trade between Prythia and Hybern, opened communications, and opened the sharing of assets. Hybern was a very powerful militaristic country and had lots of rich minerals that were useful for warfare. So she's, making deals, profiteering off of some stuff, don't worry about it. Amarantha even managed to earn the title as she made amends for her actions during the war. She became known as the Never-Fading Flower.
Damn,
over this
good
100
title.
years. Centuries had passed since the war, and High Lords believed her when she said that she suffered in the war, and her sister did die during the war, and she says, look, I'm trying to make things better now, I'm trying to make up for my actions, I know I did some horrible things in the war, the death of my sister was awful. And after this 100 years of basically fostering prosperity between the two kingdoms, they're like, okay, we believe you. However, they shouldn't have.
Whoa!
Her actions that reopened trade between the two kingdoms, but unbeknownst to anyone, including her own king, the king of Hybern, the ships that brought Hybern goods to the mainland also started bringing her own personal soldiers. subtly and secretly and in small bits and pieces. Until she'd basically smuggled her army onto the mainland without anyone really realizing what was going on. She intended to take Prythian for her own and use it as a staging ground to destroy the mortal lands, with or without her own king's blessing.
Damn.
So about halfway through her 100 years plot here, she gathered the 7 High Lords, and she managed to trick them out of their power.
How?
She used a spell stolen from the king, and drugged their drinks with a special potion. Using this potion, she basically siphoned their magical power as High Lord into her, making her a being more powerful than them and effectively binding the lords to her. Pretty rough.
Pranked.
She then set up her own court within Prythian. And that pretty much takes us up to where the first book begins. That Prythian is this land of 7 great courts of these awesome, beautiful lands, ruled over by this dark queen who now calls herself the High Queen of Prythian. And the question is, will she conquer the mortals? Or will a young human girl dragged into a world she can't possibly understand free the trapped High Lords and help defeat this evil warlord?
That wouldn't make any sense.
That wouldn't make any sense in a book like this.
The warlord is fully in control, has the powers of multiple High Lords. There's no chance that a human...
All 7?
There's 7 High Lords, yes.
She has the power of all 7?
Yes.
A random human with no previous knowledge of the Fae should have no right to be able to perform such an incredible, adventurous feat.
I agree. She's fucked.
And just to make it even more drastic, she does get...
She is.
Well, it's funny you say that, because the Spring Court, the one just above the mortals, that resists to an extent, and unfortunately, the High Lord of the Spring Court, Tamlin, makes the mistake of rejecting Amarantha when she makes romantic advances towards him. I know.
It's okay to say no, okay?
However, not in this world, because you know how you know what happens when he rejects the advances of a woman?
You die.
She curses all of his people. All of the Spring Court fairies have porcelain masks attached to their faces permanently, and the High Lord of the Spring Court's heart turns to stone, and his emotions are dulled as a result.
You were bitches, your family's bitches, your country's bitches, your court's all motherfuckers.
However, the curse...
Masks upon all you.
This is what happens when you say no to women.
The curse could only be broken... The curse could only be broken if Tamlin could take a mortal that hated the Fae and make her fall in love with him.
That is a really weirdly specific thing to leave on a book.
I don't know, guys. Is
it a rule you have to leave like a vague, very convenient thing, like a narrative plot part of this curse to break it?
I don't know, guys.
Is that a rule of a curse?
I don't know.
Seems like it wouldn't, got to give him a fighting chance. It's no fun. If we just, actually write a decent contract, doesn't have some random fucking horseshit workaround.
Put that in there. Put that in the fine print.
So anyway, now we're going to jump into the types of Fae.
Actually, no, can I say, it's very, the Axeman from the Wizard of Oz.
The Axeman?
The lumberjack, the Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Because the Tin Man was a lumberjack who said, I believe it was literally said just didn't love someone, said no.
Yeah.
And then he was cursed to always chop off a part of his body. That's why he becomes tin, because he replaces his body with Tin Man.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
It's like the original Grimms. Any details about those old fairy tales and the actual stories?
It's lovely. It's awesome.
Awful.
Brothers Grimm, awesome.
So when do we fuck fairies?
Well, that kind of leads us into the start of the book, which we're not going to talk about the actual story of the book here, because we're about the law, right? We live by the law.
We live by the law.
Law-abiding citizens. Say that again.
Say that again.
The start of the book is Feyre out hunting, and she shoots with her bow and arrow. It's Stone Age, Iron Age, basically. She uses her arrows to kill a wolf that's about to attack a deer, because she's like, ooh, I've been tracking this deer for a while. If the wolf gets the deer, I don't eat. If I get the wolf, I eat the wolf tonight, and I hopefully eat the deer tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, if the wolf gets the deer as well, she misses out on like 200 XP.
Exactly.
And then 300 gold, something like that.
So she kills the wolf.
Chaosing.
She takes the wolf back, they skin it, they sell the pelt in town, etc. A couple of days later, this huge, weird stag appears in her family's home and speaks to them and says, I am the Fey Lord and you killed one of my kind, and basically tells her that the punishment that Fae must inflict upon mortals when they kill one of the Fae kind is they must come back to the Fae land and they must fulfill the role of the person they've killed.
You checked all
But of course, Fae
you checked all the mushrooms in that stew, right?
Fae can't lie, so this must be true.
This must be true.
It's
It
true.
definitely couldn't be the case that Tamlin needed a mortal that hated Fae to come across and conveniently saw a wolf die and went, "Ooh, I'm cooking."
But also, what reason does he have to believe that she knew that was a Fae? She was like, wolf.
It wasn't a fair.
But that doesn't matter.
He's lying to her.
He just assumes everyone is a hater?
Yeah.
She is a hater, but
also,
it's fine.
that's also true. That's
just
also
because
true.
they
Everyone's a
enslaved
hater.
you for hundreds of years? Like, that was ages ago. Get over it.
But anyway, we're going to jump into the actual types of Fae, the different types. We have two main types, rather, and then
Wolf and deer.
there's some specific ones.
Yeah.
So the two main ones are High Fae
Mhm.
and Lesser Fae. The High Fae are basically the fuckable humanoid Fae, who, according to the histories of the world and the mother that created the world, don't worry about it.
Huh?
The
What?
humanoid Fae
God?
were made specifically to be the rulers of all the other fairies. Lesser Fae don't look like humans and serve other purposes for the most part. It's
Okay.
fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
That seems bad. Why would you create a world like that? That doesn't seem good. Why would you create a world like that?
Ask any history.
Mom,
any
why is
words you want, I guess.
God created the world and there was slavery and it was bad.
So, Matt, this one's over to you.
Okay.
I think you can read the vibe. It's a narrator.
Okay. Oh my god.
I got it. No, I don't got it. He got to open his laptop.
Okay.
Long ago, the High Fae had been our overlords. Not gods, but they certainly hadn't been kind.
The High Fae are, unfortunately, a group of fairies that belong to the ruling nobility. And
Yeah, I
they're
got
basically the rulers.
What? The people who are called
I
the
know.
High Fae are
Yeah.
Fae supremacists?
Yeah, I got that part.
The really big difference, I have just said it, but just to emphasize and really get the point across.
They're hot.
Yes, obviously, but the High Fae are the ones that look like humans, save for delicately pointed ears and slightly longer limbs.
Which is weird because they thought humans were beneath them, but they the people who were humanoid are the above, which is interesting.
Because it's the ears and the diminutive appearance, because they don't have longer limbs.
Hey.
Build the image of God.
Hey,
you know?
hey. Who's got the title? Who's got the title?
They gave
The High Elves.
They gave themselves that.
Yeah.
They gave it that.
Yeah. Someone at some point called themselves a king, and it stuck.
Any other difference that makes them not look like? This is where it gets a little bit. This is where it gets particularly dicey as well, and so
It's not
they're racist Fae.
It's a spectrum. Fae's a spectrum.
It really is that. That's the thing, because there's so many lesser Fae that you're like, that's basically the same thing. That's like, no, not quite.
No, they have wolf ears, and we're not on that.
It's even worse than that. Any difference at all will mark them as lesser fairies. If they aren't perfect. High Lords.
They don't have hard enough abs.
Exactly. So High Lords, which there's 7 of, one for each court, are High Fae with extra abilities, such as being able to turn into an animal and have enough power to keep their court safe and ward off or kill monstrous creatures that attack them. We'll get to them a little bit later.
Gonna say monstrous creatures. Are they fair?
But otherwise, some of them have wings, some of them don't. Depends a bit on where they're from. There's a particular group called the Illyrians who have wings, and some people share Illyrian blood and can have wings. But interestingly, people that have Illyrian blood are still considered High Fae, so I don't quite...
It's because wings are really cool.
Wings are cool.
Wings aren't.
They
nasty.
decided that rule.
We
they're like,
discriminate
wings are cool.
unless it's a cool trait.
Yeah. How cool is it?
Exactly.
Are they permanent out wings? Are they dismissible or?
Depends on the person.
And
true Illyrians have their wings just out. However, one of the main characters of the series, called Rhysand, Rhysand, he's sexy.
That was crazy.
Did
you say it like that?
I'm trying to be unhinged here, guys.
You gotta really.
I know. I'm sorry.
Cool it. Jesus.
I'm doing.
I want to look up these men.
He's half Lyrian, and he's able to like dismiss and hide his wings with the glamour magic.
Excellent.
So it depends a little.
And not that you may not know, but also, are the wings more crinkle or more? Are they more crinkle or more flap?
Bit of both.
Okay, cool.
Rhysand in particular is more crinkle than flap, but then there's definitely some flap ones.
Are they like bird wings, like fairy wings, like the classic like insect wings?
Did you not understand flap and quinkle?
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I did not understand that clearly.
Well, I was also because sometimes they're like little like dragonfly wings, and it's like you touch that thing and it's fucking
snapping.
Gone.
Yeah.
Hospital today.
Yep.
But sometimes they're like, oh no, they look like dragon wings, but they're just like dragonfly wings, but they're like
They're strong.
Oh, they're literally like dragon wings.
Yeah. He's pretty cool.
He's so hot. Fuck.
Yeah, Rhysand's pretty hot.
Great.
So, the only other difference, which is the difference between high fae and humans, and marks them out as different. I would say for some reason they go into too much detail about this, but we know exactly the reason why they go into this, because it's a fucking sex book.
It's a fucking sex book.
Female fae's menstrual cycle is very different to humans. They have only 2 times in a year, and it is a supposedly very excruciating cycle compared to humans. So
rough.
Every 6 months, they're really fucked, basically. But then for the rest of the time in between, nothing.
Even being a fae woman, it's tough being a woman.
It is. It really is.
6'2", by the way.
I feel such pain in my heart for the suffering of these
These high fae creatures.
I really feel for them. My heart goes out.
Yep.
Just because I care.
You know what?
Okay. Sorry, I do this every time my partner's on the period. It's just like, I really feel for you right now. And as a feminist, I really need you to understand that I empathize with your struggle.
I get it.
Lay it on.
I'd bring back the human slavery to delete menstrual cycles. Feminism.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Feminism through slavery?
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. Okay. You sound like a feminist right now.
You have to pick your issues.
The high fae are stronger and more powerful than the average fairy, and may possess unique abilities that vary with their level of power, such as an ability called winnowing, which is teleporting or transporting.
Nice.
Or a special trait received at birth, such as Daemati. So, some of those special features we'll talk about, and this is stuff that only the high fae get access to. And Daemati is basically a fairy that has the ability to walk into another person's mind. They are able to read, influence, and in some extreme cases, shatter someone's mind, depending on their training and power. To shatter someone's mind is basically just to... You know Khal Drogo, when he gets resurrected in season 1 of Game of Thrones?
Yeah, he's alive, but he's not.
He's alive, but there's no thought, there's no brain power. So, sorry, picture someone that's played League of Legends too much in a week.
Me.
Yeah.
No, like more than that.
Whoa.
Yeah, like
they're bad.
Yeah.
It's you, but when you're really out of it. No thought, no brain, just alive, but not there.
Yeah, that, but all the time.
Kind of like coma.
Yeah, kind of, but
Not
like you're
coma.
still
Coma.
awake.
Yeah.
So they're pretty fucked up, but also just the ability to read and influence people's minds is also pretty fucked up. And I don't see having any negative implications in a sex book like this.
Oh no. I was about to say, don't worry.
Dude, you gotta put every power in the idea of sex.
Yep.
Ooh,
because you know that the main shadow daddy of the book has this power. You know he does.
Does anyone have a wing kink? Is that a thing?
I
pull on them?
It has to be.
Did you get wrapped around or
probably?
It's like saying, does someone have an arm kink? Like, yes, obviously.
I feel like
it exists on people.
I feel like there is a bit
kink.
when main girl and Rhysand fuck and they're probably flying with his wings. I think that's a scene that I've been told about.
That's fear porn.
That is.
That's the same category as scary clown fetish.
What?
It's adrenaline. It's all adrenaline.
I mean, I guess, but like, it's...
I study these things. I'll fucking lecture you about this.
Anyway, we're going to keep moving. Shadow Singers have the power of shadows and are able to control, transport, and meld into them. They are among the rare few who have the ability to hear and feel things that others can't, making them excellent spy masters. They are one with the shadows and ghosts and stuff. They're pretty freaky. And then you've also got...
I feel and touch women's emotions.
Seers are a rare type of fairy that is able to predict the future through visions. Pretty crazy, right?
Nice.
Similar to shadow singers, they are able to sense and experience things others cannot, and therefore are very valuable to those in the presence of one. And you often want to keep a seer around in your court.
I see her, we're gonna fuck.
So speaking of Matt getting some action, go listen to our mass attraction episode.
Yes,
You can hear all about Guy.
yes.
You piece of shit.
Got a plug.
I gotta plug the episodes, man.
Did you put that in your script?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, he's just that good.
You were giving me those eyes, and I was like, "Fuck."
Shit, you're right.
The next one,
Direct me.
we're going to talk about the Lesser Fae.
Wahoo.
Guy, give us some really fucked up, menacing creature.
Menacing little creature.
Yes.
What do you have? Have you problem with this one, Matthew?
Yes.
Is this voice not particularly to your taste?
It's great.
I
love
think
it.
that might be one.
I think it's going to fit the words perfectly.
I will grind your bones between my claws. I will drink your marrow. I will feast on your flesh. I am what you fear. I am what you dread. Look at me. Look at me.
Yes.
I love bedtime
Delightful.
talk.
So that is a Lesser Fae, specifically a bogey, which is a basically creature that, very similar to the boggarts in Harry Potter, I guess, they kind of take on the form of your greatest fear when you see them.
That's real close. Are they both referencing something? Or
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I think something in like the Celtic fairy.
The
Cool.
The boogeyman, obviously.
Yeah.
As well.
It's just one of those times where you hear like a reference and it's like, I don't know if they're both talking about something else or if one's talking about the other, or if they just happen to come up with the same thing and name it the same thing, which seems unlikely.
We're gonna boogie. You and me, we're gonna boogie.
Yeah, boogie guys.
Yep. They're pretty fucked up. They're pretty menacing. They're pretty nasty little creatures.
I'm going to go on Twitter.
Yep. I don't know what Twitter is. You mean X?
I'm going to post a seat.
Yeah, thank you.
What the fuck?
So fairies that don't look human and tend to serve other purposes, whether it's monstrous little guys or working in particular things, they're usually... It's kind of one of those things, I hate the way that it's written as the high fae are the born rulers, but then like the lesser fae, for like 98% of them, are pretty weird and fucked up creatures. So it's like, it's really... You know what I mean?
No, I fully understand. Because Warframe is the same thing of just like, there's this slave race. They were like built to do this. That's kind of the point
it's
of
like,
them.
I don't like
that they're enslaved, but also the writer put them in this world to be slaves.
Yeah. These ones aren't enslaved. A lot of them fight the high fae. A lot of them are monsters in the woods they bump into, and some of them just perform.
They're
different
not getting
purposes.
anything above minimum wage, though.
Guys, they were created by their environment, okay?
Yes, no, 100%. I don't disagree with that.
Someone tells you got to eat flesh and bones all your life, you're going to think you got to eat flesh and bones.
I'm going to join the union.
So, lesser fairies are immortal fae species who are not high fae and like the noble status. They often work in fae households. Though diverse in form, many have human-like traits such as rounded ears, while other display striking appearances, glowing skin, starlit
Sick.
eyes,
Fuck yeah.
onyx eyes even, green skin with elongated ears. Some have scales, horns, fur, or webbed feet, and their clothing ranges from fine garments to natural coverings.
Fuck yeah.
You get the idea. In the Winter Court, certain lesser fae appear like living shards of ice. So they're basically
like
any and
elementals.
all elemental and bestial creature. It is a huge bucket of stuff, the lesser fae. Okay?
I see a fish woman.
Yeah. They, despite their immortality, lesser fae possess weaker magic and face degrees of injustice from the high fae, who view them as inferior and disposable.
Rough.
These are a very large collection of creatures, anything from nagas, nymphs, river nymphs, half-elf-like creatures, everything in between. So it's a huge bucket, like I say. Fun. Let's talk about the magic.
They sort of, just very quickly about the lesser fae, do they have sort of like, most of them are creatures and beasts, as you've mentioned, but are there any that have got that sort of Na'vi riz? Like the Avatar Na'vi, like sort of...
Does anyone fuck a lesser fae?
There's definitely river nymphs that fuck.
Okay, cool.
Nice. I'm just making sure they're getting it on.
Yeah, and like I say, there's some that are like, I can't remember the name specifically, but it does not matter. We don't need to tangent or look into it right now. But reading it from a D&D coded brain, there's definitely members of the Lesser Fae that are just fucking half-elves.
Nice.
So they're like... Yeah.
They're chilling.
It's not, like, taboo to have relations with them, but, like, the High Fae consider you closer to the freaky forest naga than them, you know?
You're a little nasty with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, magic. This is a soft,
how does that work?
Soft magic system. I'm just going to preface by saying that. Magic is an innate ability of all fairies. Besides being able to cast it, they can make enchanted objects. It can be countered and silenced by the placement of powerful spells or a particular substance called Faebane, which is kind of a mineral you can build things out of, and it makes them immune to Fae magic.
That's pretty good.
Yep. And Faebane is the mineral that Highburn has lots of.
Is that a wood?
It's kind of a woody, grainy material, yeah.
It's like that shit from League of Legends.
I was literally going to say it's like petricite, yeah. Which
is true. Yeah.
Demacia, baby.
Yep. Types of magic. There is... I don't want this episode to be too fucking big, and also it's a really soft magic system, so it's just kind of, they'll do a power and you accept it, you know? So, I'm just going to list off all the powers that we see throughout.
If they whip it out, you got to accept it.
If a High Fae whips it out, you accept it. So, types of magic. Bargains.
Nice.
You give me X, you get Y. Making pacts, that's a form of magic.
Been there before.
Daemata, sorry, the mind-reading ability that we touched on before. Fey light, so classic kind of will-o'-the-wisp fairy lights. Glamoring, kind of your illusions and stuff. Healing magic. Scrying, anyone that's played D&D gets scrying, but just like looking into another place of the land, spy cam basically. Seer abilities and Shadow Singer abilities, we touched on them already. Shape-shifting, the ability to shift into animal or beast form, so that's one that generally just the High Lords have, apart from some people in the Spring Court have shape-shifting. Spell cleaving, the ability to cast, detect, or break curses or spells. The killing power, which is the Illyrian's raw destructive magical power. So that's just kind of generic destruction magic.
Avada Kedavra.
Yeah, basically.
I was thinking, I was like, all of these can be used for sex, and then all of a sudden it was like, and killing spell. I'm like,
hey,
maybe
them
not.
fiery hands can be some people's kink.
Not wrong.
Temperature plays a
Not
thing.
wrong.
Truth, the ability to detect lies and truth.
That's sexy.
That's a good name for that power.
Winnowing, the ability to teleport to a different location.
Yeah.
That can be used in sex.
That could be used. Yeah, 100%. I got to get out of here. I got to get out of this party.
Teleport, I guess.
Making a sexy, scandalous exit. I assume that because it's fairy magic, it's got some big like explosion of feathers and like.
Exactly.
Do you keep your clothes?
No, you can't.
I mean, I don't know. I assume, yeah. I think so. But also maybe people that are bad at it don't.
Can you not?
Maybe not.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a sexy, instant reveal.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean,
well, I think there is two different. You kind of have a lot of the both. There's a sexy slow reveal and you know that scene from How I Met Your Mother where he's naked on the couch and it's about the surprise of the man naked on the couch.
Yeah.
It's that.
There is I can't remember which magic he uses specifically, but one of the main dudes who's in the books, there is a scene that I was forced to read where they fuck.
I'm surprised.
And then that's it. And then she's like, wow, I want more. And he's like, okay. And then he like snaps his fingers and it just whoop.
Cock magic?
Oh, cock magic. Cock magic. New magic is drunk. Cock magic. Which one does that fall under?
I don't know for certain.
Is it blood bending? What is he doing?
Teleportation, don't care. Killing spells, don't care. Curse removal, glamour, all this sort of stuff, don't care. Cock magic.
We have the cure for erectile dysfunction, and it's cock magic.
That's got to be like a sub form of shapeshifting, would be my guess.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, I guess. You're not wrong. He's shape-shifting his penis.
It's not the killing magic, I'm pretty sure. It's healing magic. He's healing his balls. Yeah.
He's recovering. I mean, the healing magic would recover, yeah? I guess.
There's all sorts of things. I mean, he's teleporting. No,
we're going to talk about the sex part a little bit now.
Yeah!
We have two more things to touch on today's episode, so I'll get through them. We've got kind of the sex that we're going to talk about for this episode. It's going to get real graphic, and it's not that graphic.
Do you want us to do some visual examples?
Could you perform on the dummy?
I will perform on the dummy.
I'm the dummy.
And then we're going to talk about the cauldron finally.
Ooh.
So,
what the fuck is the cauldron?
mated bonds is a very big theme throughout this series. A mate is a Fae individual bound by a rare and powerful bond, far stronger than the concept of a soulmate, but the same kind of vibe of your mate is out there and you will meet them one day. Is very much the idea.
Everyone has a mate?
Everyone has a mate.
Okay. Interesting.
Everyone has one true. It's interchangeable with soulmate, but it's basically the author saying human concept of soulmate is nothing compared to the fairies' mating bond. You know what I mean?
Are you aware if your soulmate dies? If your mate dies?
Yes.
Are you a mate who dies before you meet them?
No.
Okay. Interesting. That'd be so sad.
Yep. The bond manifests as a mental link, often seen as a bridge or string mentally, almost like a spectral thing, connecting you to the Fae. So when you meet them, you fucking know you've met them.
Is there? I'm sure it's a scenario because it sounds like a romance book. Is there a scenario where they're dating, two people dating, they're like happy together, and then
Let me finish.
Oh, so sorry.
No,
rude.
You are asking the right questions, Matthew.
Matt, you got to let him finish first.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right. I should let you finish.
Yeah.
I let you finish.
For us to complete our mating bond.
Can it go 3 ways? Is it polyamorous related?
No,
mates?
it gets complicated.
Fuck!
Fae can sense their mates if the other is also Fae. However, we see that it is possible for their mate to be mortal. However, it is a dulled sense.
Oh.
So when one of the characters of the book, Cassian, suspected... Spoiler alert, there's a spoiler warning in this episode. Feyre's sister, Nesta, meets Cassian, who's one of the sexy elves. Fae, whatever.
Sorry, there's someone called Nesta in the sex book?
Yeah.
Boof.
Yeah, I know. He suspects that she may be his mate, as he has this kind of dulled sense. And then she may have a way of becoming Fae later in the book. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Get in the soup.
It's got to be the soup.
Get in the
then
soup.
when she becomes Fae, he's like, I knew this bond was here the whole time. That kind of vibe. The bond may form instantly or take years to reveal itself. Once accepted, it surpasses any marriage bond and is often considered sacred. In other words, you definitely have people, because not everyone meets their mate. It's not that common to meet your mate, because you have to think this is a big world. There's a lot of people out there. And while you hope to meet your mate, you also accept there's a good chance you won't. Because also, what happens if your mate is fucking living on Highburn somewhere? You're not going to go there. They're not going to go to you.
What if your mate died early from disease?
Exactly.
What if they exploded?
You kind of, while some people definitely put a lot of thought and I need to find my mate and will kind of search, it's also quite common for people to just kind of go, I'm not going to meet my mate and I have this other person, because you can still love other people, right? Just because you have emotions towards someone doesn't mean you can't have emotions towards someone else that you meet. Like this brain chemistry just doesn't work that way.
This would also be so confusing in Australia.
Yep.
Gotta love your mates.
Yeah.
I was literally going to mention a different book that does that.
Fair. But the idea is you definitely have instances in the history of this world where you get people who are already married and then they meet their mate and it becomes this whole complicated thing of, well, what do we do? And usually... Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
That'd be so awkward.
So when the bond is revealed, it has to be sealed. To seal the bond, the female offers the male food, symbolizing acceptance. Now, I, as a male, think that it's really cool, and I would love to be offered food. And I love food. If a man gets offered food, he will be happy.
Way to a man's heart through his stomach.
That's
a well-known 1950s
Sarah got that right.
It sounds really cute. It sounds really cute, but it is like the women shall bring me food.
It's so funny. It's like, so funny.
You could take that in a really bad sexist way if you really wanted to.
But you can also be like, oh,
it's so cute. It's like come here. It's like an offering.
Good boy.
But what if it's shit? Like, what if the food's bad?
Shit. Bad bond.
You're like,
bad bond.
Yeah.
This can occur privately, or it can happen in public. And despite the name, they don't actually fuck in front of everyone, but it's called the mating ceremony, the food offering. And sometimes it happens as a big public event where they'll offer them food and they'll go, and then everyone's like, yeah!
I've heard of marriage.
Exactly. Then after the food is exchanged, vows are spoken and the hands are bound with a black ribbon until the bond is consummated. So that's when they go and fuck, and then it's
Cute.
The cum communion.
The cum communion.
Communion.
After acceptance, the couple experiences the frenzy.
Oh?
This is an intense period of sexual activity lasting days to weeks, rooted in Fae's primal instincts to conceive. Modern Fae use a contraceptive tonic to prevent pregnancy.
Let's go! They figured it out.
During this time, males become volatile, sometimes violent, if others approach their mate too soon after bonding. Yeah, basically. So it's really...
These are the high spren do this too? The high spren? The high...
High burn?
The high burn do this
of course.
too? Dude, calm down. You know?
I know. They get very violent.
So animalistic.
This culture's really horny for some reason.
They're crazy.
It's crazy,
I can't
right?
tell why it would be.
The bond doesn't guarantee love or happiness, as it is in the magic of the world based on equality of the pairing and potential for producing a strong offspring that mystically connects them, not romance. So it is a thing. It's quite complicated because there are conflicting accounts of it in the book series, but the whole point is that while there are definitely people that are bonded that are very in love with each other, sometimes you will not love your mated bond. You'll feel the connection and you'll know that it's meant to be a thing, but you will not love each other, and you are personality-wise not that
do they want to fuck
for each other.
Compatible.
They still fuck.
Okay.
They'll still have the frenzy, but outside of that, they're like...
Yeah, I mean, your perfect... like biological fuckmate. I'm sure that's what it technically is.
It is. Like I say,
it's like primal. Yeah. Your fuckmate might be a horrible person.
Exactly, and that's the kind of the thing that we see. So being mated bond doesn't like force you to love them. Generally, you do because you feel said emotions. That generally becomes mistaken for love, whatever. But it's also possible to. It's also that's all love is, right? It's also very possible to what's the word? Not like them because they do something wrong, right?
Yeah,
it can happen.
Oh yeah, cheat, you know?
Yeah,
bad shit happens.
So the other thing as well, which is just nice to know, same-sex bonds are very possible.
Nice.
Though traditions may vary. For example, in two male relationships, they may not have the food offering, or they may both offer each other food, and same with the females if there's two female relations.
Fuck yeah.
Do the mating frenzies go the same? Is there
Supposedly.
like a seahorse situation, or is it just for funsies?
They don't produce offspring.
Can males fail get pregnant?
Males cannot get pregnant.
So sad.
I know.
I wanted that. That's my.
Well,
that's
to
my
be fair, they don't have to suffer the insanely painful menstruation of this series, so they don't.
So true. Women have it so hard.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I think that would be
feel so
stolen valor if they could, to be honest.
So true.
A rejected bond can drive a male into madness. If one is already married, tensions can lead to duels or even wars, such as the Blood Duel in the Autumn Court, which is a big plot point of the series, where something like that happens and it creates a big battle.
It does sound like a great plot point.
Yes. Should a mate die, the survivor suffers devastating loss. Many cannot bear to live on, though some seek vengeance, depending on the circumstances of their death. So that's the mating.
If you're gonna like pass away, you at least avenge me first. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Avenge me.
So next, that's the mating bond, and that's where you get all of like the fucking and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you can imagine the chapters that are based around people experiencing.
Can two humans have this same experience?
Not quite.
So does every human have as a soulmate?
No.
Oh, interesting. But some humans do, and they're fae ones.
Yeah, exactly. Some humans happen to be the mated
of a fae, but not all humans.
But then there's also, as we'll get into, fate is a very big thing in this setting, and there are ways for mortals to become fae, and then perhaps it's because they were fated to become fae that, you know what I mean?
I see. No, I see.
Anyway, they have one last section for today's episode, which I'll try and get through nice quickly here. And this is the cauldron. We have one chunky ass quote here, which I'm going to split into two.
Just
right about
give it to me.
Here. And Matt, you're going to read the first part of it.
Okay.
And then Guy, I'm going to give you no direction here. Matt is going to set the tone, and Guy, you have to follow it to the best of your ability.
Are you going to give me any intuition, or I just go?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Long ago,
Before the high fae, before man, there was a cauldron. They say all the magic was contained inside it, that the world was born in it, molded by it. But it fell into the wrong hands, and great and terrible things were done with it. Things were forged with it.
And into Guy.
Such wicked things that the cauldron was eventually stolen back at great cost. It could not be destroyed, for it had made all things, and if it were broken, then life would cease to be. So it was hidden and forgotten. Only with that cauldron could something that is dead be reforged like that.
So that's someone talking about the great power of the cauldron.
A whale with a gumball in his mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The cauldron is a sentient magical artifact that creates life and... Chuck a quick break in.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it should be... Yeah, still tuck a timestamp, but no, there'll be a break there because I shut the fuck up while you guys talk. Don't worry, we're all good.
All good. We're only at 105 on the
I
video.
just panicked for a second.
3 minutes,
entirely
like
fair.
3-4 minutes less than...
Yeah, no, I know. Cool, all good. Okay, and 3, 2, 1. So, yes, the cauldron is a sentient magical artifact that creates life and holds the fate of all beings. All life in Prythian originated from it when the mother, the, not dark, but like the primordial god of this setting.
Say the author? The architect?
You could.
The
The mother of the series, you could say.
God?
Poured the essence of the cauldron into the world. And that's, how life came to be.
She was cooking.
Yeah.
Cooking mama.
Cooking mama?
The cauldron's power depends on its 3 supporting feet. To prevent misuse, the ancient Fae created the Book of Breathings, written in the Holy Tongue, containing instructions of how to nullify the power of the cauldron and things that it had created.
Everything.
So that's why they made the book to balance out.
After the war between Fae and mortals, the book was split, as I said, with one half being entrusted to the High Lord of the Summer Court, the other half to the mortal queens, who, as part of the magic created with the treaty, with bargaining, you would assume, the mortal queens could only surrender it freely if all of them agreed to surrender it. Any attempt by Fae to steal or coerce the other half would have it destroyed.
Wait, they're like our half destroyed.
Yes.
Wouldn't they want that anyway?
No, they want it.
But what if it got destroyed? It's better than us having it, right?
No, because we can't really do anything with it.
Oh, okay.
We have it, so they don't have it.
Oh, sure.
But they didn't want to destroy it because it is a very ancient artifact with a lot of special meaning attached to it. So they didn't want to just destroy it. But if the wrong Fae got the book together, they could possibly do some things, such as the cauldron's power can be used to resurrect the dead if their souls remain, transform mortals into Fae. I wonder if that comes up in the books.
Whoa! Do they cook? Do they get in the cauldron? Do they swim in it?
I don't think so. With sufficient will to turn, and most importantly, and why it's kind of important to keep it hidden and stuff, shatter the wall dividing Fae and mortal realms.
Seems fine.
But what did the wall do? Because you said Fae can just come over the wall.
Look.
What did the wall do?
So was it humans from going to the Fae area?
Yeah, was it representatives of people like, oh, we can't do anything?
Look, it does stop Fae going through, but it doesn't make it impossible for Fae to go through, is the important distinction.
Do they explain how that one guy was like, oh, I'm powerful, I can get through? Or they just be like, that guy just
It's kind of implied that lots of Fae can get through if you just kind of know the right ways, the right paths.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's like it's a 1-by-1 little hole. You have to crawl through it. It's really awkward. So like,
Yeah,
you can never bring an army through that.
I also don't necessarily see any reason why they can't sail around it. But
so real.
They have boats.
They managed to bargain getting a wall built, but then they forgot that they were contracting the people it's meant to keep out to build it. No shit, they're going to put back doors in there.
They're going to put back doors in it.
Yeah.
I got it. Listen, the Fairylands are pretty cool. Love some human meth.
You're going to build
Gotta
a
get
wall.
it imported. If we build the wall, can't get through.
But yes, that is an introduction to the world of ACOTAR, guys. That's
Holy
it.
shit.
That's
That
the
was fun.
Fairies.
That was very fun.
Yeah, it's a quirky little setting, huh?
They're getting saucy
I
with
like
it.
it.
Yeah. If you liked today's episode, you can have a look at us online. You can even find us on Discord and Patreon. And if you join our Patreon, you can have access to our lore leaflets, where we talk about little snippets of lore. In fact, we're going to be recording some after this episode, which is going to be such fun. And I'm going to talk about some ACOTAR stuff in the leaflet that we record today. So get ready for that. But in the meantime, we have a big thank you to our special lore keepers who support us every week and keep these lights on in front of us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for delaying. Thank you so much to our lore keepers. Thank you to our high lore keepers, Josh Romaine and a chunky monkey. Thank you so much to our prestige lore keepers, Blitz Bennett, Bong the Bard, American Recluse, Metalhead Swifty, Justin Gilbert, Kobe Apatu, Ike, Jacob from Norway, Luke Newcomb, Leon, Loading Name, Dan Dubs, Josh 2, Brianna, Hooligan Mulligan, Gumbit Shutdown, Lee Dorr, Mr. Cyberpunk, and last but not least, Red Hood.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to all of you, and I hope you enjoyed this thirsty episode. Yeah.
Let us know if you want to get saucy with it on the pod again with another lore. We're not doing anything else. Unless you pay me a lot more money than this. What?
What do you mean?
What? More saucy laws. There's plenty of places out there.
Saucy lore, but nothing else.
Like the Fourth Wing?
Like the Company of Vengeful Crows, Season of the Crow.
The fuck is that? I've never heard of that.
It's a very similar setting to this, except it's an Australian woman who gets taken to a fey realm by a crow, and she keeps calling everyone mate, and they keep thinking she wants to fuck.
That's so funny. That's
it's
hilarious.
Really good. A lot of the clips are really good from it, and she's just taking no shit because she's actually married, and she's like, I don't want any of this. Go away.
What was I going to say? Brain. There's so many books that could the blank of blank. Like, God, there's a lot of books of that. It is. I think it's getting problematic.
The number of stars you rate us is the number of colons and subtitles that your sex book has.
So true.
A Court of Thorn and Roses, the Reckoning, the Summoning, the Returnable.
The number of stars you rate us is the directly related to how quick you find your soulmate. The more stars, the quicker.
The number of stars you give us, the number of high lords that are sworn allegiance to you.
Ooh, or you've stolen the power off of.
Oh, no.
Sucked them dry.
She definitely did suck them dry.
She did! I'm lore accurate, living by the law.
I didn't need to know that.
And as the Highburn armies sweep down into your port city and put your people to the torch, whisper into your pillow, good night.
And as you slip sneakily through the wall, have a little prowl around the mortal realm to see if there's any innocent people out in the woods that are looking horny. Say, good afternoon. It's like 2 o'clock. It's the perfect time to look for horny people.
And as you comfort your mate through her horrible, horrible menstrual cycle, you can say, sayonara. Do you think the cauldron can resurrect a dead relationship, dead marriage?
Dead bedroom?
Matt, nothing can save a broken marriage.
Fuck!
Matt, she's not coming back.
No. She said she would. She was my mate.
Thank you for listening to Living by the Law. If you enjoyed our podcast, please leave a review, tell your friends, and if you're feeling extra generous, become an official law keeper by joining our Patreon today. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Living by the Law. All links are in the description, and thank you in advance. We have been, and always will be, Living by the Law. Thank you for your company, and good night.